Today's broadcast brought to you by Hot Shot Secrets, powered by science. Dun, dun, dun. Look, I've been practicing in the mirror. I'm kind of getting a little bit better at that, right? What's up, David? I see you number one. I see you first up there at 708. Yes, barkeeper, you really need to get your LTD together. Starkey, what's up, homie? How you doing? I do, man. I do. I know, social media stuff is contagious, and there's kind of a negative vibe a couple of weeks ago. What the fudge? What the heck? It says they're having problems on Facebook. Another reason I hate Facebook. What's up, Rob? So, excuse me for just 1 second while I go to YouTube and share it to Facebook. But anyhow, yeah, man, there's kind of been a little vibe going on. People, I get it. Wintertime comes around and there's really nothing to do, for most people. So they're sitting at home bored and they want to vent their frustrations about the racing industry. But it's kind of started a little earlier this year, but I don't know, man. I'd rather see the truth of, the situation, which is, world isn't giving anybody anything. And that's just how it is. And if you want it, you got to work for it. I don't understand what the deal here is. Let's see if this helps Facebook. I don't know. So anyhow, let me share this on Facebook real quick. Let me put Facebook sucks. Here's the YouTube link. Because why? Because Facebook sucks. Sorry to have to do that real quick while we're well, I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. YouTube is the best, and LinkedIn is the second best. Facebook's where I got the biggest following. So I wish I could get all 25,000 plus of you that follow me on Facebook over to YouTube, and I would put a lot more effort into YouTube because I hate Facebook. It's nothing but problems. You can't even say anything. Can't be conservative and express your views without getting banned all the time. You can't freaking whatever. Just whatever. I'm not going to get started. Because here I am talking about people making negative comments, and I was getting ready to go down that rabbit hole. So anyhow, I love Jonathan's video, because in short, if you want something, you have to earn it. If you want to be one of the baddest out there, it takes a lot of work, dedication, time, money, etc. I touched on this Saturday on my way to Milan. He probably was a little more, I'm a little rough around the edges. He was a little more eloquent than I am. But I think we both agree and had the same message, just delivered it a little differently. But he and I had a talk after that live feed, and after my race season ends, which is after War in the Woods, I'm going to go back to doing educational pieces and topics with guests, and that's going to be one of our. That might be like a 5 or 6 part series. You know, where we have people who are real badasses in the sport, from all different angles. You know, the guys who spend $20,000-$30,000 on a small tire car and up to a couple $100,000, and what it actually takes to win and whatnot. You know what I mean? But that's for another day. But yeah, John is kind of John Low-key's one of my heroes, man. He's an awesome dude, does awesome stuff, and got an awesome attitude. Excuse me. What's up, Mopar? Laurinaitis, how you doing, homie? Sean, what's up, brother? Brittany, let me catch up on these comments before I get 20-30 minutes behind again. Scott, good hanging out with you, as always. Adam, Dan, my man Waji. You know what? I was going to make a point to come see you and hang out because we got to get together. I got whatever. I got theories and ideas and shit, but I need like 15 minutes of your time one of these days at the track. And I totally screwed that up. I should have reached out to you in advance first, but I meant to just wander over early in the deal, but I was just busy the whole day. But we got to get together. Ryan, what's up, brother? How you doing? I see you out there. See, that's my dude right there. Doesn't got $1 million build, out there practicing, getting data, getting punched in the face, getting back up, get punched in the face, get back up, making improvements. You know what I mean? Ryan's one of them dudes, man. He's a good example of somebody who's going to have a bright future in the very near future. Oh, it looks like we're on Facebook now all of a sudden for some reason. I'm in Facebook jail, gave me 6 days, had to make 2 more Facebook pages. Listen, it's so bad with alternate accounts. They suspected me of making one once, and they asked for facial recognition. I don't know if anybody's ever experienced that one yet, but yeah, they wanted facial recognition, and I literally had to send them a picture like this, and like this. And it took 15 minutes for them to say, no, hell no, you can't have an account. Oh, man. But I still got some. What's up, Tim? Tim, one of them dudes too, man, out there learning, taking his lumps, improving. You know, that's always got a positive attitude. Even though I see him get frustrated sometimes, man, he's always staying positive and learning. I love that about you, Tim. I really do, man. Man, John did do a great job, but that dude harassed me forever. Every time he saw me, he was harassing me about all-wheel drive. I don't know. I don't know. I like John, don't get me wrong, but I'm about to unfriend his ass on Facebook. We do next PYOP or similar, man. We got to work that out. Yeah, that really was unfortunate, man. I wanted to see that finals because both of them, I mean, even though they're buddies, I know neither one of them are going to let the other one win. You know what I mean? That was going to be a badass final. But what do? You smash a piston into a million pieces. You can't make that run. Hell yeah, get that White Widow done, son. Let me get these comments caught up. Elroy, how you doing? Yeah, Facebook gave me a notification that I couldn't go live on there, but I see how I am now. So I don't know what happened, but we're on there. Thank God. Oh yeah, man. I didn't even know Facebook did that shit, but I learned that day. Jessica, how you doing? How's your healing going? How's your foot? I agree. I agree. So I think all-wheel drive can have an advantage, but here's, by the numbers, the facts, as I've seen them, as I've witnessed them, what happens every time, even when the all-wheel drive guys go rounds, once they have to go really fast, they can't do it. They can't make it happen. Once they have to go, you know, mid-5 range or lower, it just doesn't happen. They smoke show, they get wacky and crazy. Nobody's figured that out yet. Now, John does have a good point about one day somebody's going to build a purpose-built all-wheel drive car. Could happen. You know, if you took John's car, for instance, that caliber of a car, and made it all-wheel drive, it could be an advantage, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it takes a 3,000 horsepower all-wheel drive car for it to be an advantage, though, and a shitload of weight up front. Because what I always see is they smoke the front tires, do the front wiggle, the ass end follows, and then it's all downhill from there. I'm not saying it's not a legitimate concern, but, you know, that's what I've seen so far in the last handful of years. One of the most beautiful cars out there, man. And the new airbrush work on the hood. Love it. Love it. Absolutely going to be at Magnolia. We're going to talk about that here in a second after we recap Detroit Hood TV. What an amazing race. 69 cars show up in small tire. Wow. One of the best races of the year. Went smooth. You know, they got the cars down the lanes quickly. Thankfully, was no major, nothing too crazy happened with accidents or oil downs or anything. No drama, no arguing, no BS. You know what I mean? Just good old time racing. I mean, I didn't hear any complaints really. Everybody had a great time. I don't know. Mike might come on. He might not. I don't know. I think they're having a celebration party at Coney Island for the team. Everybody's getting those Coney dogs. No, if you guys don't know, Mike has Mike's day job is second shift, so he's going to try and break away for a minute. But I told him if he didn't come on, I was telling everybody he took the team out to Coney Island. That's my dude. I love Mike to death. I had to give him a little bit of shit. Yeah. I mean, absolutely, man. Knocked it out of the park. I mean, normally they're pretty PYOP, man. They're consistent for like 30 to 40 car range, like clockwork every time. It's always quality cars, elite small tire people from all over the region, and it's always a great time. But it was just like one of those things was like, wait, what? 40? And then, a little bit later, somebody come over and they're like, did you hear it's up to 55? I was like, what? And then I walk over like 20 minutes later, like, what's it up to now? 62? You know what I mean? Like it just kept climbing and climbing and climbing, man. And what's up, brother? That in and of itself was exciting. Leading up to drivers meeting, it was like that car count kept climbing and climbing and climbing. 69, man. Amazing. Had a really good time, man. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've ever had a front wheel drive car try to enter one of our races. But I wouldn't care as long as it's on a 2810.5 or smaller, non-W. I wouldn't give a shit. Honestly, there's some fast little imports out there. I mean, they're impressive. It's not my cup of tea personally. But but I would give those guys credit for, you know what I mean, what they get out of those little 4-bangers and stuff. Without a doubt, man. It's very impressive. We appreciate it, man. Listen, we love Kentucky. We come down to Kentucky. I haven't had the opportunity to make it down there this year, unfortunately, but that might change. I was talking to somebody today. I might sneak down to one of my little favorite sneaky tracks down there that hasn't done nothing for a while. I said I was only doing 2 more races this year, but I might make that 3. So we might be down there here in September. What's up, brother? How's that new day job going? Tim, making good progress. I'm excited about that, man. It's looking like leaps and bounds of improvements every time I see him out. At the Rewind, there was a front-wheel drive and hard tire last year. I don't remember that. Not arguing with you. Don't blow me up in the comments. I'm just trying to remember what car was that, because I didn't miss any rewinds last year. So anyhow, while we're waiting for Mike to come in, I figured I'd invite my biggest fan on the show to come on here and tell me how much he loves me and my rules.
I heard that.
We've been kind of going back and forth.
All-wheel drive doesn't make me tear shit up.
All in. We've had a little banter, but it's all been in good fun. John likes to give people shit, and so do I. So we kind of get along in that respect.
Yeah. What's good?
I mean, you did awesome.
Yeah, it was a good surface. Awesome. It was a good surface. It ended up being a good surface. If it was a little bit less of a surface, it would have been a different story.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been a great surface all year since they did that scrape and scrub, for the first
they moved
one.
the starting line back. They moved it closer to the burnout box.
Yeah.
It evened up the lanes, but it made it a lot faster.
Yeah. So how fast did you go?
Faster than a Volvo. That little guy over there.
That would have been a great race. I mean, I know you guys are buddies, but would you let him win?
Hell no. Listen, I'd rather lose to a stranger. I don't have to hear it. If I lose to a buddy, I always got to hear that shit. When we used to play poker, I said, I'd rather lose $1,000 at the casino to some stranger. Why would you do that? Because if I lose $1,000 to a buddy, I got to hear it for the rest of my life.
Oh, yeah.
I lost the fucking race to Camel one time with some fucking $10,000 Facebook car, and I got to hear it 4 years later. Against
I don't doubt that for a minute.
Race car.
Yeah, I don't doubt that for a minute.
Yeah, it won $200 for me, and I got to still hear about it.
So just walk us through your day, man, because, I mean, you kind of – sometimes you struggle in the beginning, but you kind of hit the ground running this time pretty good. I mean –
so last year, I've been running Hemi stuff for the last couple of years, on big tire stuff, and then I kept telling everyone I know, like, if you don't have a small tire, no prep car, you're done. That's the biggest pots, the most races. There's 5-7 races every weekend, and the only rule was you had to be on 28-10-5s. So after preaching it to everyone else and nowhere to race my big tire cars, Marty said, let's make a rear end and let's make your car a small tire car. I said, all right, cool. So we put we put small tires on. We went to an event, and the map hose ended up coming off the back of the manifold, and I ended up breaking the Hemi. So we were leaving to go do the show like a week later, like 6 days later. So I had a nitrous motor sitting here, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to put a nitrous motor in the car. So we did that, and we had pretty good success. And then we went to Vegas. We went really fast. We won a couple events with the nitrous motor. And then I went to one front side no prep, and the car was kind of slow. So I changed some stuff to try to make it faster to the front side, and it fucked me on the back side. So then when we went to go do mega cash days, we struggled really bad because the car just it didn't. I couldn't go slow with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? What the changes I made were to make it go faster at the front side, but then I struggled really bad on the back side now. And then when we went into the shows, I don't want to ruin anything, but the Pro Charge Hemis did really, really well out there on a really bad surface. So I'm like, you know what? If they could do it, I can do it too. So when I came home, I switched all my shit back to a Pro Charge Hemi. So when I had my other car, when I had the car in No Prep Kings, I struggled like a whole year with a converter. I ain't gonna mention the brand, but I bought a really good converter, and I had like 7-8 different stators, and the converter is probably the most critical part on a Pro Charge car. If you don't get the converter right, you're screwed. So Ryan Martin told me to buy a certain converter, and I bought it, and it was the best thing I ever did. It changed my program completely. When I went to small tires this year, I didn't have the Liberty in the car. I want to save it for my GTO. So I had my nitrous converter from the nitrous car. I talked to the converter manufacturer. She said, "Oh, it'll probably work. It'll probably work." And I was like, "All right, well, if it works, I don't want to spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a new converter. Let's see if this will work." And it didn't work. It didn't work. He was cool. He sent me a bunch of stators, but again, I was changing stator after stator after stator. I couldn't get the car fast. And then I ordered another converter like I did the 2 years before. Changed my program, changed everything. And we've been doing pretty good. We did find an issue with the chassis, which we found a crack in the chassis. Oh shit. We found a crack in the chassis, and that put us behind a lot this year. And then once we found a crack we got to fix, it just changed everything. Now the car, it actually goes somewhat straight. It repeats itself. Still hard to get it down, you know, on the real bad surfaces. We're still learning how to take it apart or how to take the power down, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Now I have a wheelie problem. We figured out how to make it hook hard, and but now, it just wheelies anytime the surface gets good. So we change a bunch of weight, we move a bunch of weight trying to get the balance right, and sometimes we get it right, and sometimes we don't. We've been slacking. We lost a lot of races this year because we didn't read the surface right. We go race at so many different places. We'll pull up to a place, everything's off the trailer, and you got to read the surface. And I feel that's where we've been lacking at, lately is, do we got to go 490 or do we got to go 590 first round, and that's just what we need. We need to do better doing that.
But that'll come with time and experience. I mean, you have struggled with a lot of stuff, and now the car's working. Now you can get real data.
Yeah, and now I'm changing everything again. I'm stupid. Now, I've been having a plan for a while. I wanted to do something with the motor, and I wanted to change the stroke in the motor to help it a little bit down low. And I hurt the motor, broke a rod against that truck Saturday, and it fucked some shit up. So now it gave me a reason to change the stroke like I wanted to. So now this is going to change the converter, and it's going to change everything else. So here we're going to go back and do a learning curve. But, I think it's for the better. I'm always trying to get faster, and whatever it takes to get fast. I don't go out there to lose. I want to go out there and win. I'm a sore loser. I hate losing. And, I built my car to the best I could, that the rules allow. That's why I'm so adamant about letting all-wheel drive in. I don't feel it's fair. And everyone's like, they're not. But no one's taken an all-wheel drive to the extreme yet. Some people have a GTR or a truck like that, but that truck didn't have no carbon fiber on it. Doesn't have a billet motor. Let him do some gangster shit like that, and let's see us try to keep up with it. We ain't gonna. Just because he hasn't pushed the envelope that far, or someone hasn't pushed an all-wheel drive envelope that far, doesn't mean it's not an advantage. It's not so much an advantage to the 60 foot. I really think it's an advantage from the 60 to 400 foot. That's where I struggle the most to keep the tire in check, and that's where an all-wheel drive I feel is the better. It's not so much it's going to 60 foot better, but it's probably going to 330, 400 foot better than a rear-wheel drive car on a shitty surface. On a front side or a good track like Milan was the other day, it's probably not that much of an advantage. But again, if you had someone like and I'm basing my argument off the GTR. The GTR we brought to Vegas with us, when we had how we figured out how the people were going to Vegas with us, we had like tryouts at the back of my island. My island allowed us to go there Sunday, and we invited like 40, 50 dudes, and the 10 fastest guys are the guys we brought. We were only allowed to bring one all-wheel drive. Well, that all-wheel drive car was 3/10 faster than the next rear-wheel drive car, and we were all tested on 29s, and still the all-wheel drive car was 3/10 faster than the rest of us. So there's a clear advantage, but he's carbon. He's got a billet motor. Like, he's got gangster shit. So if he would have came, he brought his Mustang instead of his GTR. I think his GTR is down right now, but he would have crushed us all. He would have won the Fords back there for sure.
I like to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm not.
No,
I'm not arguing with you.
I don't want to see it because I'm
I just haven't seen it at a race yet. You know.
No, but you're saying you haven't, but it's there. Like Derek Rose, Derek Rose has got a truck. I mean, shit, it's been 440, 430 or something like that. It's all-wheel drive, but his is all billet motor. It's super lightweight. It is a truck four-wheel drive, but they're capable of doing it. The GTRs that we had show up, like Jeff, he's my boy, but he's kind of, he's kind of fast, but he can't run at our level, right? That red GTR that was at Uncaged, I heard he was pretty fast. I didn't get to really watch that many people, but again, he's not carbon fiber. He's not a billet motor, I assume. He didn't have 4 28-10.5s on it, and I don't mind all-wheel drives. They're on radios or something like that, but the appeal about small tires, 28-10.5. That's like the number one rule. So You're right. The rule doesn't say only 2 28-10.5s, but 28-10.5 is the rule. If you have 4 28-10.5s, why can't I run my 36-17? I only got 34 inches wide. 4 28-10.5s got 42 inches wide of rubber. And then you're scared to run all-wheel drive. I'm not scared of nothing. I'll put big tires on it. I'll crush any all-wheel drive that wants to come out and play on a no prep. But if you're limiting me to only 2 28-10.5s, I truly believe that everyone else should only be on 2 28-10.5s too.
And that's probably a valid argument. And I've heard a couple of decent solutions for next year that I'm going to explore. This year, I can't change rules in the middle of the year. Obviously,
right. That's kind of what I was upset about, is because we race Pour Your Own Puddle every month, and the rules are the rules. And then I wasn't even aware that all-wheel drive was in, and my all-wheel drive buddy's like, "I'm so excited. Why is that?" He's like, "I get to race with you guys." I'm like, "What?" I said, "Boy, you ain't gonna like my post later." I said, "You fucked up." And then that's where I made the pull. Like, I'm still gonna try the dually thing. I'm gonna try it. Some guy from Canada said he's got wheels for me, and he's supposed to bring them to me next week. So I'm gonna try it.
There's no rule against it, and there's still two more World Series. There's still two more World Series events.
For some reason, I was thinking the 20 or the old Chevys were 15-inch wheels, but I was wrong. Apparently, it's 16-inch wheels. But my only concern was clearing the brake and the rotor. With the dually, because it's got it. That's my biggest fear, is it's not going to clear the brakes. If it clears the brakes, I have the room. I can fit that amount of tire, and we'll try it for sure. But again, we gotta. Hopefully, the guy comes through with the wheels. I'm not going to invest $10,000 in wheels to go have custom-made wheels to run it once and then they outlaw it next week. But if someone's going to give me some wheels, I'm going to try it. I'll buy some tires, and then we'll see what it does.
Right. Oh yeah, no. Like I said, there's two more World Series. It's allowable because there's no rule against it.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, like I said, the back of my island was really, really good. I actually went faster on a 28-10.5 than I did last year in my big tire vet this last weekend. It was good. It was really, really good this last weekend.
No, and the car looked great, man. I mean, it's like I love the progression.
Year, we work on it all the time, and then like now we got the Swede. He come out. We helped him. We helped him last year at National Trails, and what'd you go to the finals at National Trails or semis? Yeah, he went to Hong. He went to National Trails last year with it, and he lost to Hong in the semis. But he did really good. And then we've been telling him for a while, man, you got to come with us, and do no prep racing. He's got a good car. It works really good. It repeats itself. He's got good pieces. That car's been really, really fast on radios, drag week. But he's got good shit, and it's a ladder bar car. I tell everyone, I think a ladder bar car for no prep stuff is the best thing. Everyone thinks there's a magical 4-link number, and I've done it myself. I've tried squat separation. I've tried equal length 4-link, unequal length 4-link. I've tried everything. If you got a ladder bar, you got like 4 options. You just make your shit work off one of those options. And it seems like most of the ladder bar cars I know work. His car's a ladder bar car. And like I said, the car works. Dude, we went to Roadkill Nights with it the week before. He won Roadkill Nights. And then we came out here, and what was cool about him is, yeah, we share info, we do whatever, and we make the first pass. Like I think, a little bit faster than him, so he's seen where he can improve at. So the next pass he went out, he went faster. So then I'm like, well, fuck, I got to go faster than him. And the next thing you know, you're battling with him because you know what each other goes, and it pushes both to go that much faster throughout the show. But with what I ran the first round, if he wasn't there to push me, I'd probably been like, I'm content, I'm good. But, just by him seeing, dude, this is your second event. You got 3 passes back here and you're already this fast. Like, these guys who do this shit for a living are going to be way faster, So I assume that, you just, God, my phone or my laptop keeps shutting off. So I assume everyone else has got to be fast. That's why I don't watch at the starting line a lot of times, because I watch people make passes and like, he had to go 450. I'm slow. I don't see how fast my car is inside the car. So I don't have nothing to compare it to. Just inside my car, and then I watch other people, and I'm like, dude, they got to be going so fast, and then so I don't even like watching the other people. I just like to trust my data and read my data, tell me what it needs, where I can pick up stuff. But with us comparing, draggy numbers, 330, eighth mile per hour, 60 foot, it's a good, okay, well, I can pick up 3 numbers here, or he could pick up 5 mile an hour here, and then it made us both better as the day went on. And that was huge. That was huge.
Well, no, that is huge. A lot of people, some people are starting to understand that, like the Mac guys, and then there's a few people who are understanding the value of teaming up together and being honest with each other and helping each other out, because in your case, you two are a team and you two made it to the finals.
Right.
So it's a win-win.
I learned this really from doing the show stuff. So like when we go to the show stuff, like America's List, for instance, JJ's got 5 cars in it, and Bruder's tuning every car. So if you give me a chance to tune 5 dudes' cars, and this is every rotation, you race 1 through 20 or whatever it is. Well, you got 5 cars in that rotation to figure out how fast we can go. If I only got 1 shot every 10 or 12 passes to figure out how fast I can go, they get faster, or they figure out how fast you go a lot faster than I can. You'll push the envelope. Okay, we got to go 470. Okay, next time we'll go for 460. Next time we're going to go 450. Well, now these guys are already in the 440, 430s because I didn't try to push my shit hard enough to go faster sooner. And then, so then you end up falling behind. And then, like a lot of the 405 guys, they're all switching to the same combo. The NOLA guys for a long time, they compare data. When you compare data with everyone, it helps. It's huge. And you're just not a lone wolf. You actually got other people that you can do that to. And we're all competitive, and we want to go faster. You want to be the fastest one in your group. If you don't want to get faster, then whatever it is, I ain't gonna take you seriously. But if you want to win at whatever it takes to win, those are the people I want to surround myself with, because it's gonna push me to be better too.
Absolutely. Which I think, I know you've seen it. There's kind of been like a little bit of crying here lately about participation trophy classes and stuff, but I agree with your sentiment.
Yeah,
you got to surround yourself with people. You got to push yourself constantly. I know you bust your ass constantly to improve, and I respect and admire that in you and your all you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate that. Well, with everybody gets a trophy thing, I mean, I don't care what rules you make.
This race, everybody kind of did get a trophy. What are you guys doing with that Wally?
Well, he was going to split it in half, but you going to cut my half of the Wally or what? You going to cut the Wally in half for me or what? You're working on it? He's playing dress up with the wife with it and stuff. They're all taking pictures with it. I don't even know if I want to touch that thing now. But what I was saying about everyone gets a trophy deal, I don't care what stip you put in. Like, people are like, well, I'm going to stip it to 26.85. You know what? The good guys are still going to crush the smaller guys. No matter what stip you put on, they're going to kill it. The only way to stop, the diehard guys is the limit the pot. So if you have like a $500 pot, but it's 5 hours to drive there, I'm not fucking going. But the little guy, I don't want to be disrespectful, but the guys, the slower guys, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to go. They just want to win, so they could go on. I won this event. I won this event. You know, the bigger guys, you know, the big money teams, they're chasing the pot. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. We sit around. We don't commit to really any races until we kind of see what the pot is, and we ain't gonna drive to Kentucky or Indiana or wherever for. You know, I ain't even gonna drive now if it's racer's own. If the racer makes a pot, I ain't going. I made that post earlier, started a lot of shit, but I don't care. But if it's 100% racer money and the promoter's not putting nothing on or there's nothing on top, I'm not going. You know, if it's convenient for me, if there's nothing going on and it's right around a block, I might go to it. But I ain't traveling for it. You know, it's just something. You know, a lot of promoters are getting rich off this shit. You know, there's two winners at the track: the winner of the race and the promoter. The promoter doesn't have to invest in a race car, doesn't have to invest in traveling with it. He gets the best seat in the house. He gets all the pull, all the power, and he makes all the money. You know, so if it's
as a promoter, I challenge you to put a race on.
Well, yeah,
it's
you
taking me
for free.
It's taken me 4 years. Hold on though, but it's taken me 4 years of L's to have this one successful race this last year.
I mean,
so if we put that money, if we're talking strictly dollars, I'll tell you, I don't care to tell anybody. I'm still in the hole like $16,000-$17,000 out of my pocket.
How many races do you think I got to win to make money back for that I spent in that? How many races I got to win to do that? And you think I've been doing it only 4 years? I've been doing it for 4 years.
Yeah, but you're saying I just put a race on and get rich. That ain't reality.
There's too many of them. There are a few that are really, really good, but there's way too many promoters now. That's why there's 5, 6, 7 races every weekend. If you could limit the promoters and you could actually make all the cars show up to an event, you know, that's what makes it special. Now, like literally, you could go on that little calendar and you could pick 5 races to go to any weekend within the 3 states. So
I will tell you what will eliminate all the obvious bullshit promoters who don't give back to the community, who don't, do a good job, is racers stop going to their races.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you don't put no money on a pot, I'm not going.
Yeah.
So that's why we
put money on the pot for MKH. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, that was a big pot. I mean, anyway, you had 100 cars locked in, and it was a $25,000 pot. It's good. But again, promoters want to tell you, oh, well, I'm not going to take the risk if no one shows up. Okay, but still, you want me to take the risk, hoping that you promoted good enough that people are going to show up to your race, and I show up and there's only 7 people there, and the pot's $1,400, but it cost me $1,500 in gas to get there. So I'm not going to.
I absolutely agree, which is why we did the lock-in in full this time, and it worked out great. I heard a lot of grumbling, understandably, but it worked out great because now you are reassured that the money was there.
Yeah.
I was going to make it 25 regardless. Thankfully, we got 97, but we still made it. We still was 27.6 or something,
And then with the Porion Puddle last month, it got rained out, but there were problems in 5,000 on top of Porion Puddle last month. So I was like, all right, I went to the finals the one before that, and that's when I almost ran over to one dude because the car was going left, but we fixed the suspension since then. And I'm like, dude, we're good now. We're going to win this next one. And then the last one got rained out, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I was counting on it that I was going to be, and then they pushed it to this one. So he's finally putting 5,000 on the pot, and now you allow all-wheel drives. And then I'm like, dude, fuck, man. Like, now you just threw a whole curveball to me, where we thought we were going to have a really good shot at winning. But luckily for us, the service came around good. And like I said, I don't have a problem with all-wheel drive. I just really believe they belong in their own class, so they belong in big tire. The number one rule in small tires, 28-10-5s. Everyone assumes that it's just, 2 28-10-5s. And that's kind of what we built the car around. If this is going to be a more common thing, we're going to try to figure out how to fucking put an axle underneath the front of this thing to make this thing all-wheel drive too.
Well, listen, I appreciate that you stepped it up because the car was a different animal this time.
Yeah, it's coming.
And I knew you would overcome the challenge, and I told you that when you were bitching at me.
I know, but still, like I said, if it didn't come around as good, if it didn't come around as good as it did, if some reason like the starting line was moved out another 100 foot where there wasn't as much rubber there, all-wheel drive would have crushed it. We would have never been able to run with them. I mean, and actually the motor. So This is stupid. So when we're racing, when I'm racing that all-wheel drive car, like it's a good pass. Like everything's good. All of a sudden, boom, and this thing, the fucking nose drops. I'm like, fuck. And I look and I seen the headlights. I knew it broke a rod. Man, I stood right back in that bitch. I'm not losing that motherfucker. It's already broke. Fuck it. Yeah, I only had to go like another 100 foot. So I just stood back in it. And yeah, whatever. It's broke now.
Yeah.
If it comes apart at 8,000, it could live another second. But yeah, so that would have sucked. That would have sucked to lose all-wheel drive and blew up the motor. That would have been a double kick to the nuts.
Yeah, we did great, man. And Swede did awesome. You did a great job.
Yeah, Wally would have been cooler. Fucker. Who invited you anyway? Yeah, my crew guy. And then they jumped ship. You see that shit in the finals? My crew jump in his car to fucking go
make the victory pass. I know how you gonna let it. I would never let him live that down.
Fucking dirty motherfuckers. No loyalty.
I got pictures. I got pictures of it too.
Yeah,
for sure. He's in the back smiling. He put his arm around the picture of the Swede.
Yeah. Did you sit on Kenny's side or the other side?
I leaned in on Kenny's side for a big picture.
Oh.
Yeah. So, well, sweet, man. I appreciate you coming on. And
Camel wants to know what's up with the points. You never updated the points.
We're doing that this week.
Yeah, we lost interest to that. Well, we wrecked the car though too. So when I wrecked the car, that was the biggest thing is getting the car back together. But yeah, we were really trying to commit to the points thing this year and never got to update, so we just kind of forgot about it.
I know. It'll be up this week. All this week. Uncaged really set me behind on that stuff. And but we got it all printed out and we're putting our heads down and getting it all updated this week for everybody. That way you'll come to Magnolia Saturday.
I'm not he might he was talking about going to Magnolia. The Swede was. I probably ain't gonna have my shit fixed by then.
I know you got a motor over there. You'll slap anything in that car.
I might, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to. It's gonna be hot this week. No, I don't know. We'll see. I ordered a bunch of shit today, so if everything shows up, I might be able to rush to get together. But I probably ain't gonna go to Magnolia. He was talking about it. Mike was talking about it with the Volvo station wagon, but I don't know.
We got some radio racing to do.
He's got radio racing to do instead. He said.
Oh God.
He wants to win on the street one week, then the back of the track one week, and then the front of the track next week.
I mean, he's got 2 out of 3, so I can't really begrudge him on that one.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
That's a pretty lofty goal, but he is 2/3 of the way there, so I could ride with him on that.
Yeah, we'll see. He's got a quick car. You know, that thing runs good at the front side too. So a lot of people are surprised that the radio car could do as good, but he's got good shit. Good shit. That's what happens. It ain't just some clapped out piece of shit. It's a good car, got good pieces, and it's easy to make that change and convert the car over.
Yeah. You got any sponsors or anybody you want to thank other than?
Oh man, I got
old Camel over there, Jump Shipper.
Oh, Camel, yeah. Let me find a list so I don't forget. I don't want to forget one. That'll be the worst, right?
Yeah.
Marty, I would never forget him. Marty Marylet, Marylet Racing. He's always been there. We always bouncing ideas, making cool shit for me. If I have ideas, we try to do shit all the time. Manda Products, they've been one of my longest sponsors. They always stand behind me. They help whenever they can. Detroit Battery Company, they're starting to get pretty popular around here with the racers. They're starting to stand with a lot of the racers, Detroit-based racers. Chris over there is a good guy. Redline Racing Oils, boy, they've been helping me a lot lately. We change oil every time we go race. These Hemis, they're high maintenance pieces of shit, and the oil thing, it's 16 quarts of oil every time you go race. It gets expensive, so that helps out a lot. Wolf Aircraft, all the bends, when we had that accident a couple months ago, anything I wanted, come get it. You build headers, cold side, whatever I need. Nitrous Express, even though we ain't got nitrous on this car, they've been behind me since I was nitrous. They're really cool people over there. Iski cams, we got Iski and everything. Everything we run, Iski cam and lifters. NGK spark plugs, we use a bunch of those. Pro Charger, I mean, they've been stepping up. Pro Charger is huge. I mean, when I hit the wall, you know, it broke the Pro Charger right in half, and they got me another Pro Charger in 5 days. I mean, that was cool as hell of them. That was a big ticket, you know, item. ICB Firearms, they're one of my good friends. We buy all their pistols and, you know, whatever. Detroit Record Sales, they came on board last year. They're supportive. AFCO Racing, Eric Saff over there, you know, they hooked me up with his stuff. That really changed the program too. We put the 4-ways on the back, and then he gave me his front struts, and that's helping out a ton. Now the problem is the strut's working, the car's wheeling, though, while the strut's still dropping. So now we just got to get the balance right, you know. So I don't want to make AFCO look bad. It's my fuck up. The shock's doing what it's supposed to do. It's just me fucking up. Express Equipment, that's Dave Atkins. You know, he's always supportive. Dave's a real smart guy. Dave Atkins, Super Dave, super smart guy. You could talk theories and strategies with him all day long. I love his way of thinking. He's always got some oddball way of thinking, but it makes sense. So when you break it down to dummy terms so I can understand it, it makes sense. So that's huge. Single Source Composites, Nate Broom. When I wrecked my car, I wasn't going to do the Mustang again. I said, screw it. If I got to buy all new carbon fiberglass shit, I was like, I'm building a new car. I'm not building the Mustang. I was going to scrap the Mustang. He called me. He's like, yo, he's like, I'm making a new front end, a Celine front end. He's like, I would love to put it on your car, debut it on your car, you know. So he hooked me up with the front end. But that I was done with the Mustang. I was done, I swear. And he's the reason why I ended up fixing it. I built this car 4 or 5 years ago, and we changed so much shit since then that I was like, screw it. I think there's a lot of better cars than Mustangs out there that you could win with, and just no one's done it yet. And I just wanted to choose something different, you know, not another Mustang, not a Volvo. I wasn't conceived in that thing. Now I'm not picking a Volvo. That's why I picked the Volvo. Did you know that? He was conceived in the back seat. That's the only stock car that's on the car still. There's a back seat. That's where he was made. His brother's still on there. A little car, you know. PYOP Communications, Paul Fox, they're cool as hell. He's just another sponsor, came on last year. He helps whenever he can, and Access Power. They hooked me up with the batteries. You know, they just got me a lithium battery for the GTO. I'm trying to fix the GTO whenever this orange piece of shit starts breaking. So I try to work on the GTO, but there's no big tire racing right now. So I have no interest in, you know, finishing the GTO. I want to. I never had a project this long, but right now it's not worth shit. I can't even sell it. So I got to finish it. I have almost all the parts to finish it. But again, there's no big racing. Like I was getting, when I heard America's List was supposed to be big tire, you know, I was gung-ho working on it. And then they're like, we might go to small tire. I was like, well, fuck it then. I have no reason to do it. I couldn't find no help with running No Prep Kings this year. So that series is way too much money to run on my shit. I needed to make 10 times the wages I make to try to run No Prep Kings. That shit's out of hand. And yeah, without no sponsorship with that, I can't do that series. I want to race with those guys, but it's expensive enough to even get to the race, try to let alone be competitive at that, you know. So yeah, I have no interest in doing a GTO. I do it whenever I'm bored and the Mustang's not broke. I kind of work on it when I can, but it's pushed off to the side now, and we're trying to fix this Mustang.
We'll stick with the Mustang because Big Tire seems to be going the way of the Dodo, unfortunately, right now.
Yeah.
Nobody's really, I mean, I pushed it and I was begging people to show up, and we couldn't get anybody to show up to our event, and that seems to be a common theme this year.
Yeah, it's you know,
crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's, you know, if you let all-wheel drive and big tire, maybe more big tire people will show up because there's more than one car in big tire. There you go. Yeah, what did big tire car win this? He raced a track hawk in big tire at Mike's race, he said. Mike raced Worley. Then there's only big tire, and Mike just entered with his track hawk to race big tire with him. So there's more than one.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where the all-wheel drive guys got to go. They could probably win that class pretty easy.
Yeah. Yep.
But the pot's not big. Like I said, everyone's chasing that big bag.
Well, it finally is a big bag, coming around. So that's nice too. It really hasn't been that way till this last 2 years. Small tires always been like $4, $5, $6 grand. And then last year and this year, it's kind of blown up to where it should be. So,
well, I started getting like when I was still in big tires. What's his name? Craig Metcalf came with a cracker a couple years ago to Porion. He won like the first 3 Porion puddles, won like $15,000 or $18,000. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this car is very beatable. He's just running away with it, and that made me right then and there want a small tire car. And I was just too hard headed and stuck with the big tire stuff that I couldn't really build a small tire competitive car. And yeah, I screwed up. I stuck with the big tire stuff way too long. I should have jumped ship a long time ago.
Yeah. Learning curve, right?
Yeah. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, right?
Yep. Well, sweet, buddy. I got a couple other people I got to bring on.
Yeah, I gotta go back to work. I gotta go fix this.
Get back to work. I appreciate it, man. And I'm not gonna stop fucking with you.
Later.
Have a good one. Thanks. Mr. Sean, listen, here's one thing I will say. I gave Ohio a bunch of shit about showing up because Ohio doesn't really go to PYOP that much. And I'll be damned if like 25 or 30 of you didn't come this week.
Yeah, how about that?
I mean, in every class, a bunch of small tire, a bunch of freaking hard tire, a bunch of, what was there? 4 or 5 from hard tire?
4 or 5, yep.
From Ohio and hard tire, stick shift. I mean, Ohio represented real well and was going rounds. Sean was going rounds. What'd you think?
It was an awesome race. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It was an awesome race. Hard tires, the up and coming class. It's competitive. And they're fast. They're getting fast.
You're getting fast.
I don't feel like it's fast yet, but it's getting there.
You're going rounds. You're going serious rounds. You're going serious rounds.
Picking away at it every night, every day, just doing something a little different. So,
Well, that's what it takes, right?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. It's not something you can spend a few minutes on the night before the race and expect to do good.
You got to make mistakes, lots and lots of mistakes, so you can make all those refinements to eventually get to the point where you make fewer mistakes, right?
Yeah. So, well, my first 3 races, I got put on the trailer first round. Easy. And look, Jeff Dean called me cheater. He's like, hey, number 1 cheater. I learned everything from him.
About cheating?
About cheating. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with Erica. I wanted to be in the finals with the Nova so she could drive next week.
Mm-hmm.
She'll get that.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So it was impressive. I've never been to the PYOP, but as people know me, I'm not unfamiliar with Milan because of the radial race with Kyle Ehor on crew. It was so weird driving to the back of the track, nothing up front. And then normally, like on a Friday night race, that's a wasteland back there. It's dark. It looks like you ought to put corn in it. But to pull in and see the PYOP no prep crowd, man, that was pretty damn cool.
Oh, yeah.
It really was.
Oh, yeah. Mike and those guys do a great job, man. They put on a hell of a race. And I couldn't be happier for them, man. They work hard and they deserve it. And that was awesome.
Well, I went because you called us out on not traveling. So, I loaded my 1-man crew up and away we went.
Well,
I really wanted that Wally, though. Got to be honest.
Oh, Wally's awesome. Wally's awesome. I wish we could get the Wallies, but we can't. But I don't know. I think what we got going now. I mean, the Wally is the Wally. Period. It's a Wally. but to look at it, I think ours look cooler. You know.
Yeah. I agree.
So we're gonna continue with that theme, but the Wally's the Wally. I mean, there's nothing more coveted. Oh my, this dude.
I bought him lunch today. He saved lunch money.
Holy shit! How'd you get that? I can't even get him. I can never get him to even invite me to lunch, let alone buy. What the hell?
Noon every day. I leave at noon every day. So any day you want to have lunch, just be there at noon.
Well, you know, I'm on that strict diet. Thanks for coming out from Canada. There was a lot of Canadians there. You know, I got that strict diet. You know, right now they just changed it. So my diet is a protein shake for lunch. And that's it.
Yeah. My restaurant I go to, diet's probably not a good place to go eat.
Well, I get a cheat day, but not right now. He just changed my diet on Monday, so I got 2 weeks of no cheat days.
Yeah, you need to come down on a cheat day.
Well, I can't have one until next Saturday. So, wait, this Saturday, is it? Yeah, this Saturday I could have a cheat day. Nope, I lied. Next Saturday.
I have a cheat day every day.
Well, I had those too, and it caught up with me. Mike L with the tan Volvo, one small tire. It was him and John Quick in the finals, but John blew up in the semifinals and couldn't make the call for the finals, unfortunately. Would have been a great race because those two are pretty close. I mean, I feel like if they both made a good hit, that would have been less than a fender.
Yeah. Hey, hard tires up and coming class. It
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it's growing.
No, it is. I mean, look, we had 37 at Uncaged. How many was this weekend?
14 or 15, I think.
14 or 15 up there.
Yep.
But Jeff Thomas at More in the Woods had 40 or 41. He had 40 because I was trying to get 41. We just fell a little bit short. Just wanted to at least get one more next year. But yeah, no, I'm sure it'll be a big class this Saturday at Magnolia. It usually is, along with stick shift. I mean, it's amazing how those two classes are growing and how fast and competitive they are.
Yeah, the hard tire's pretty competitive. I don't think anybody's way faster than anybody else, other than maybe one car. The rest of them are all pretty close. But
take care of that puppy. Yeah,
we're all getting there.
I think everybody has the same potential, but you know, it's all like small tire. Like I keep saying about small tire, everybody's just as fast, but who's making the fewest mistakes and who's reading the surface the best.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
I think all things are pretty equal these days, but it just comes down to who's making the fewest mistakes. You going to Magnolia?
Probably not. I've been out, man. 4 weekends in a row.
Sure.
I don't have the proper converter in the truck. It's making me work really hard to make it go down. And like I said, I've been out 4 weekends in a row. School starts this week, so you know what that means for me. I get really busy this time of year. So I don't know, maybe, but probably not.
About War in the Woods.
Yeah, see, Eric and Matt keep saying I need to go to War in the Woods, but man, I just don't think I got enough to go over there. So, yet, we'll see.
I think you'll be fine.
Yeah, If I have my proper torque converter back, that would be kind of a make me lean towards going.
Bubba,
Yeah,
SOS.
I need to call him tomorrow for sure.
He gets taken care of.
Yeah.
Well, tell us, John kind of took us a little deeper than I wanted to go with him, but was still some great info. Tell us about the people who aren't familiar with you about the truck. I got Chris waiting in the wind. I gotta get all this Magnolia info out here soon too.
Yeah, so like 2 years ago, I bought a Hulk S10, and then I started last August 14th. And most have heard this if they've talked to. It's all I did was work on that truck every day, every night, every weekend when I got home from work. Kind of purpose built it for hard tire, but it's a basic setup, 5.3, 88, but I put the intercooler and the turbo in the bed with the Holly. Assassin bars with Calvert split monos and some really good, some good Viking double adjustable shocks front and rear. It's starting to come around and work pretty good. I built the car to have the proper bias for hard tire. But I have had to, I was trying to do it with no ballast, but it's hard tire. You have to add weight. It's a basic combo. I drive it on the street. It's 85. It cruises good. Just put in a lot of work. I think that race was my 5th race I've been to. It didn't get it started till May 27th is when the engine first fired up. But that's all I do when I come home from work is mess with the S10. Wife's kind of getting used to it. It seems to be working pretty good.
I think you're off to a hell of a start.
I have a goal. Not going to say what. I have a goal that I want to see it run. We'll keep plugging away until it gets there. That's the plan. So.
Yeah, I know you know the deal. That's what it takes. Just keep showing up. Like, I kind of been beating this in, but John, I kind of made the live talked about on the live video because it seems like a lot of people are crying about making classes suit their needs. And I know we go through this every winter, but damn, it ain't even off season yet.
So I kind of felt like that too. It's not the off season yet, but my opinion on that is you can't water the classes down. And if anybody knows me or even like Jeff, we have similar feelings. We've been doing the motorsports thing for a long time, and it doesn't matter whether it's no prep racing, heads up racing, tractor pulling, the cream always rises to the top. And if they create other classes, then it gets watered down. Now, I will say this, the big buy-ins are bringing the sharks. Not everybody can afford $250 or $300 entry fee every week as a working Joe. So maybe, there ought to be some races where if they don't pay out, like John admitted it, if there's no money, he's not going. So, I don't think it's broken right now. I think we have enough races for normal Joe to show up and win. That's kind of my feeling.
And so, like Uncaged, John, for instance, didn't make it. You know what I mean? He went 2 or 3 rounds and got put out. So there's somebody with an elite car who just didn't make it. And the 3 cars that were in the finals there were all average blue collar guys. You know what I mean?
Right, like Blake. Blake made it into the 4th round with his absolutely home built, thrown together budget Mustang, and he was doing pretty good.
And that's what CJ Buckner has, and Kevin Fields has, and Jarrett Bradshaw. The 3 cars that were in the finals were all kind of just home built cars. Not retired X275s or anything. Not that doesn't happen, but they weren't full chassis cars or anything crazy.
Right.
So,
well, our attitude was at Uncaged. we're not scared of anybody there after that first leg.
Yeah.
You know, even with Blake's Poverty Pony, we just weren't scared. I mean, we tuned for the track, and you know, he finally found a faster car, but we weren't scared of anybody.
Yeah. Well, surface is only going to hold so much, and most of the guys are capable of running that these days. It's just a matter of getting the tune-up right, and making the fewest mistakes. And someone like Jarrett Bradshaw knows his car, knows all the different surfaces, tests, and can come out and make hella good licks first, second, third, fourth round on the surface, and it shows. You know, his dedication shows. Same thing.
That cream rises to the top, is, you know, what I like to say.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, well, good deal, man. Well, I'm glad Ohio showed up. I'm glad you showed up.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I showed up. That was a great race. We had a really enjoyable time. Made some new friends. You know, for sure, got new friends.
Which is something with the World Series that's starting to finally pay off. Is, you know, getting racers from different areas to different areas, racing, meeting new people, making friends, etc. So I'm happy to see that starting to be the payoff. If I had to guess, I would say at my island, probably 5:30, 5:40 was probably the fastest pass there in the evenings. Just eyeball guessing. So take that for what that's worth.
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody told me anything, but I know what some people run, and then I watch them get, you know, a car or two put on them. So,
right.
Yep. So, yep. See, the Munsons travel and they meet everybody and have fun. Tim came out and had fun, met a bunch of new people. So, I've been to just about every track in Kentucky. I love US 60. I love Decker Brothers, but probably my two favorites are Thornhill. Man, I hate to say this because somebody's going to say something. You know what I mean? You're going to be like, oh. But, you know, Thornhill, Windy Hollow, probably my two favorite tracks there. Windy Hollow is, if you think KD is sketchy, son, Windy Hollow is short as hell, and the deer don't give a shit about a loud-ass nitrous car going down the track because they will run out across there like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, I have never been to Windy Hollow. Never been there.
They have one coming up, and I might sneak down there for that one just because I do love that track so much, man. It's a great little track.
I might go south some this fall. The truck doesn't really need a bunch of winter upgrades since I just got it done and it seems to be working. If we can chase some good weather, I'll probably go south for a couple of them if they have a hard tire class.
You talking about that orange Vega wagon down in Kentucky? If that's the one you're talking about, I love that car. That thing is so damn rowdy no matter where it goes. But I watch that thing do a wheelie and ride the guardrail for about 100 foot at Windy Hollow, and I think that's what made me fall in love with that track. I'm not even gonna lie. I got a video of it on YouTube. It's freaking awesome. Dude was just 0 F's given. Yeah, Sean, you gotta go down to Kentucky with us one of these times, man. It's a great time.
I will, for sure.
Sure. Well, cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on, brother, and updating everybody. I appreciate you showing up.
Not used to being on camera or anything. So the boomer in me, hey, if you noticed I'm here, you have a picture or you have audio. Like I feel pretty good about that.
No, you did great. So, let's see. come on down, Sean. When the weather gets bad up there, there'll be plenty of hard tire. Which, yeah, I mean, that's the one thing is it's crazy when you get south of Cincinnati. It is like a whole different climate. It's
Absolutely.
Like, Cincinnati's like this divider. You know, that southern border of Ohio is like this divider, and it does get 10, 20 degrees warmer. So there is some stuff that can go on down there that we can't do.
Yeah.
But, well, thanks. Hopefully something changes and
All
we
right.
see you Saturday at Magnolia.
Okay.
If not,
All right.
I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, buddy.
Sounds good. All right. We'll see you.
We'll see you.
Good morning.
Are you
Hopefully
awake?
Can you hear me? Because my internet's went out like 5 times since I joined.
I see. It looks like you're talking to us from a flip phone from 1987.
See, somebody in the comments said promoters get all this money. I can't even afford internet. I mean, you're in there saying, "Oh, these promoters are just making all this money." I can't even afford a fucking internet. I mean, let's be.
Oh, I know. I like I say, I challenge anybody that thinks that throwing races will make you rich to do one. I'm still, if we talk about all 4 on cages, I'm still in the hole personally, out of my personal pocket, a large amount. You know, not that. You might try your a lot of these people probably don't even know who Max Headroom is. I used to love that commercial though. You might try your cell phone service instead.
I'll just go outside and do this.
Yeah, it might be a good idea because it's freezing like crazy.
Oh, that's great.
Chris shooting live feeds with a potato. Looking like Max Headroom on the old AOL dial-up, which, look, little known fact is Chris does have AOL email, which
Sure
I mean,
do.
I still have an AOL account too. I miss, AOL was the shit when internet first, was like the regular people could afford internet and all that shit, and you could have an email account. You know what I mean? Like when the peasants could finally come play, and AIM and the AIM chat groups. Oh man, that was the life. We were living in the future.
See, I used that a lot when I was in high school, so that's the only reason why I have no.
And then they took AIM away. Thanks, Eddie. We'll see you, buddy. Yeah, you might have to go outside, man.
All right, I'll be right back.
So we'll let him go outside so he can get us updated on all the new exciting info and updates and all that stuff, what they have planned for No Prep Mania 7.5. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Holy smokes. You got a glow stick or something?
All right, sorry. There we go. Can you see me now?
There
Can
you
you
go.
hear me
Porch
now?
light. Yeah, much better.
Jesus Christ. Fuck. Okay. So I'm outside now because my house, for some reason, being in the city, only gets like 1 bar of 5G, which makes absolutely no sense. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So what we're talking about?
Saturday.
Saturday. Obviously, this is the second No Prep Mania for the year. You know, there's only 2 a year. It's Saturday, August 26th. Ted and Jim's Dragway in Magnolia, Ohio. If you've never been, it's definitely a hole in the wall track. It's got its own atmosphere. It's something to be a part of. You know, we've been doing this event for next year will be 8 years. So it's crazy how long it's been, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger every year. Obviously, you know, we got the World Series of No Prep involved this year, like we did last year too. Always helping Josh supporting OGR. You know, trying to get more racers out. You know, as far as these payouts and stuff. You know, for the end of the year. But you know, Mag's a good time. If anybody's out there that knows anybody that's got any food trucks, unfortunately, our one food truck guy ain't gonna be able to make it for Saturday. So if you have any food truck guys that's interested in coming out and setting up Saturday and making some money and watching some awesome racing, hit my DMs up, looking for somebody. But other than that, we just gotta go down and replace a light that's down at the track, and then we're ready to go for Saturday. We are scraping Friday night, so the concrete's gonna be scraped again, just like the first No Prep Mania. So expect a fresh scraped surface come Saturday.
Well, Tim, slide in those DMs and let him know. I'm gonna DM a couple people too, have them get a hold of you if they're available.
Yeah. So far, right now, I had a post up earlier, and most people's pretty booked up for the year on such short notice. So, like I said, we'll just do what we can. Other cool thing is I actually hired an announcer for No Prep Mania yesterday, and they did fix the speaker system a little bit from the first No Prep Mania. So I actually have a guy that's coming in. It's going to be calling all the shots the whole night. Excited about that, just because it's just one less thing that we got to worry about and running up the tower. And usually the microphone doesn't work on the starting line very well. It is what it is. But sounds like there's gonna be a lot of guys coming. Some of the Canadians are talking about coming down and throwing their hat in the ring for that. So we'll see what happens. You know, obviously, you know, we do the same classes as we did first No Prep Mania. It's gonna be small tire. Small tire is steel roof and quarters, 28, 10, 5. Obviously, this is World Series No Prep rules, so all-wheel drive is allowed. Yes, I did say that. All-wheel drive is allowed.
I was going to make a point to come see you and have
World Series No Prep.
Damn it. Hit the wrong button. I'm trying to get you some food vendors. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. So small tire is going to be 5K guaranteed no matter the car count. We're doing that 5K guaranteed again like we did the first one. Worked out well, you know, brought the people. 32 cars show up, we're going to pay out $8,000. So once that 32 car hits, we're paying out $8,000 no matter what. Small tire. Still doing big tire class. Believe that is a $200 buy-in. I believe. I don't have my flyer. I wish I was at my computer. Otherwise, I could be a little more specific. I know small tires a $200 buy-in. But and then also we have the stick shift class, which Dane Nader is in charge of the points race for that, because stick shift guy is going to walk away with a brand new T56 or a Magnum transmission from Tremec at the end of the year, and most of all of our races have been a part of that. I know, obviously, I believe your race was a part of that too, I think. But somebody's going to walk away with the transmission at the end of the year with the points. So if you're a stick shift guy, there's still a few races out there to make it in, get in the points and stuff. That's a cool thing. Shout out to Danny Nader, Northeast Ohio Mustang and Restoration for, pulling some strings and getting a transmission for somebody at the end of the year. So it's pretty neat setup. And that's bringing the stick shift guys out because, we have almost as many stick shift guys as we do small tire normally, which is insane.
Yeah, that's a badass transmission. How much was that thing worth? I know it was.
It's a
pricey.
couple grand. Yeah. But yeah, he's already got the trans. Literally, he brings the trans to every race he does just to show, hey, like, I got the trans right here. Like, as soon as the points race at the end of the year, you're getting you're taking home a transmission. So
yeah,
shout out to him. He's trying to do big things, trying to get the stick shift class growing, and it's definitely working. Obviously the hard tire class as well. That's always a big class, no matter what at Mag. Also, we are doing a second chance race. For
no
small
curfew
tire.
at Magnolia.
There's no curfew at Mag. So we don't have to worry about splitting. We don't got to worry about any BS. The only time we stop in case somebody decides they're going to take out guardrail. But we're racing all night. Gates do open at 2 p.m. We did push it back this year. Just pushed it back about 2 hours later than normal, just because it's just 12 o'clock normally nobody shows up. So 2 p.m. gates open. Drivers will be at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Do not be late. We are not waiting on you. Like,
What time's registration?
I don't know. Understand why nobody. That's the time registration ends, 6 p.m. You have to be signed up on the property at 6 p.m. And I don't understand why nobody can be obeyed by times. Like, when to be there. You can either make it or you can't make it at the end of the day. We're not waiting. We're not sitting around 20 minutes after all these guys got there on time and make them wait because you can't follow directions. So first round will be at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. We're gonna do what?
So what he's saying is, first thing when you get there, go get registered. Don't try to register at 6 p.m. You have to be registered before 6 p.m.
Yeah, it just helps expedite the process, and it helps get chip draw and stuff ready. And it just sucks because you're like scrambling, like you're trying to do drivers meet, people are coming and signing up. Like, that doesn't really help things. Like, it kind of actually complicates things. You may think it doesn't, but it actually
it's always
does.
like a 30-minute to an hour delay.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be mean about it, but at the end of the day, like, you got to stick with a time frame. Spectators are showing up. Like, they don't want to sit there and wait, 30, 40 minutes past what time the event was supposed to start, just sitting there doing nothing. It's just, it works out for everybody at the end of the day. But, yeah, so 7 p.m. starts. Melissa's going to do the national anthem again like she normally does at every event we do, and then we're friending the first pair of cars down. So gonna be a good time. Looks like the weather's going to be in our favor. Looks like there's just a little bit of rain in the morning, but it's going to clear out by the end of the day, and it's going to be like a high of like 74. I mean, what perfect weather to go racing, and it's like hoodie. It's like hoodie weather at night.
Thank God.
Yep, and like today was bad. I know, like with Wednesday and stuff, it's gonna be like 90. So like, I'm glad like the heat is gonna get out of here before the end of the week. So
yeah,
but yeah, show up. No, go ahead.
Yeah, any sponsors you want to shout out? I know you did stick shift.
Yeah. Obviously we got Big Three Racing's the presenting sponsor for the event. I know we got 501 Perfect Converter, Bubba Rafferty. Dude builds bomb converters. He's the man when you need a converter. Hot Shot Secret's also on board. Psycho Racing and Performance, Corey Stump, he always comes out to our events. He's always there. He's obviously been helping Mike's program, trying to get Mike, trying to win some races. And, obviously, last event, it finally paid off finally. We're hoping that we could maybe do a repeat for Saturday at Mag, but, that's the luck of the draw, That's like, we're talking about this whole, all this crap about small tire and people that can't excel in life because they're not competitive. And, I said this last week, but at the end of the day, Mike's never won a race in his life. And he won one. What was that? 2 weeks ago? Yeah. 2 weeks ago, won his first race. So,
and he's an example of a mid-budget small tire car and somebody who's been busting their ass for a handful of years to make it work.
exactly.
That's just reality. It takes time, money, effort. If you have
Yep.
more money, then it's a lot less time.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
And
He
less
struggled
effort
like
on your part because you can pay somebody.
Yeah, he's had that car for 11 years. So literally it's taken him 11 years just to get that one win. Even though that wasn't a huge win, a win's a win.
No,
At
that
the
was
end
a
of the
huge
day.
win. Every win's a huge win. Don't
Yeah.
take that away from him. That was
No,
huge.
not at all. Not at all. I'm just saying, just like you just got to put the motivation in your program. And he has definitely done it, this year. Within the last 2 years, he's really went over the top. And it's finally starting to show. And like that car's never been that fast like it is right now. That car has never won a number like it has now. And that's time and that's dedication. And that he works for the county, so he works a full 13, 14-hour days. He's got 2 kids. He's married. Obviously the kids are doing, work, they're playing sports and stuff. So he don't have time. You think that he just sits around and just tinkers on his car all day. He doesn't have the time. And, he's out busting his butt in the garage 10 o'clock at night, trying to make it the way it goes. And Sean's a perfect example of that too, because you know what? He kicked freaking ass Saturday at Milan. He's another guy like in hard tire. He has stepped his game up, and guess what? He's now up there with the big boys now. And I just can't preach that enough. And like, Capizzi made that, that live today talking about, obviously backtrack racing, and he's come from the radio world, so he is the newbiest of anybody right now. And he's ready to put in the work to make it work. If you don't put it in to make it work, then you're going to sit down on the end of at the end of the line. Then that's just the reality. Sorry, I didn't mean to go into a huge rant, but
No, we've made that rant a couple times today, and that's fine because I'm just not.
Wow.
I'm not about that
Speaking
participation life.
the guys win Saturday.
What's that?
Speaking of the winner Saturday, he's just pulled up in my driveway.
Call ended.
Say hi.
Oh, hi guys.
What's up, Studley?
Oh, just out here living my best life.
That's right.
That's right.
We're just talking about the reality of racing. We got sidetracked on the reality of racing and how it's time, effort, and money that eventually pays off in a win, and how your program's been 11 years of accumulated effort, parts, and dedication to get that win last Saturday.
And a lot of money anymore. And but you have to. You got to spend it to go fast. That's reality.
It is. But more money you have, the shorter time frame you can go fast. Or if you're a guy like us, it takes years.
Nope.
To accumulate stuff, but we have to live within reality.
Nope. And it's also the people you hang around. If they're willing to to give it to, your program will definitely benefit. So.
Right. Yep. Invest in good people who invest in you.
Agreed. All right. Well, I got to go drop some prep off for Chris.
See, the work never stops. See, he's out here freaking, it's what, 9 o'clock at night, and he just made a trip to Summit to go get parts, and now he's dropping stuff off to me, and he's going to go home, work on his car, then go to bed. So if you don't have time, everybody has the same 24 hours as anybody else does at the end of the day.
Caffeine and effort. Get your ass to work.
Yep. So Saturday's going to look awesome. We're excited. It's a good time. The fall one is always a good one just because it's usually hot. Luckily for God, it's not going to be hot this time. High 73 is what Mike just said. So
I'm so thankful for that.
There's no excuse not to be there. If you're not there, then you have some vendetta that you don't like us or something. I don't know. But
if you ain't there, you're square.
You ain't there, you ain't square. You're square, and you're not. I don't know. Yep. So it's gonna be a good time.
Anything else?
I don't think so. I don't know if anybody's asked anything in your comments or not because I can't see anything. But I think I pretty much covered most of the crap.
I think the only thing I forgot, and let me do it now, is to put the link up to the event. I don't know why I didn't do that already.
Okay. I'll talk to you. See ya. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm excited. Also, I know Mike's gonna come back and say this, but shout out to Mike on the event Saturday. It was a good time. And I told him that in the comments of his post, like, dude, I was like, I can't believe like how many cars you got through in such a little amount of time. Them dudes fucking killed it.
Show off.
Yeah, show off. Oh man. But yeah, the Detroit Hood PYOP was a good time. I was glad I went. It was I got home about 3:30 in the morning, and I was back at the track by like 10:30 in the morning helping them get some stuff ready. So needless to say, I was wore out, but it was worth it.
So there's the link in the comments to the event Facebook page, everyone. Click on there so you can get all it. And, say you're going or maybe or whatever, so you can get all the updates.
Yep. I know obviously Bob Rice will be there. He's going to be filming No Prep Felons. He'll be on property because he's the official live stream partner of the World Series of No Prep.
Beat me to it. I literally was just going to say that. Bob's going to be cussing me out now.
Corey also will be there with Spooled Media. He's going to be there. I believe he is live streaming. Not 100% sure on that. But he's going to be doing photos and stuff. He'll have a video recap like he always does. Happy might show up, I think. They talked about it, so he might be showing up, have all of his gear and stuff with him and stuff, t-shirts. Other than that, I think that pretty much covers everything that I needed to say.
Sweet.
Get your butt to mag. Get your butt to mag. No
Get
excuse.
your butt to Magnolia. We'll have the is anybody else having problems with sound? I can hear Chris just fine. Might be Facebook, Mike.
Yeah, it might be.
You might have to refresh it. Facebook sucks.
Sometimes you'll take sound away and then you have to go out of the video then back into the video again. It's stupid. Facebook's stupid. Internet's stupid. Everything's stupid tonight.
Facebook is definitely stupid. Well, sweet, man. Well, we'll see you. Keep follow the D Team Racing page and the events. So you can get all the updates. Of course, as we see the updates, we'll share them also. Yep. And as part of the World Series, everybody gets prize packs. All the class winners get prize packs from Hot Shot Secrets, and the winner of small tire gets a 55-gallon drum of ethanol from Ignite Racing Fuel. So talk about save your program some serious cash. Get a drum of E90 for winning small tires. Pretty badass prize. That's courtesy of Ignite Racing Fuels. You'll have to go. You'll have to get with Tony McKinney at Farmersville Auto Sales to pick it up. That's where the drums are located, but it's like a $400 or $500 value.
Yep. Jay's the man over Ignite. He's the man if you want good fuel.
So definitely appreciative of them. Snake Eater Performance, also a sponsor of the World Series of No Prep, and they're the ones that Hot Shots and Snake Eater are the ones that gave us the budget to be able to travel and promote and on all that stuff, so the promoters didn't have to pay a ridiculous amount to help make that happen. So support those companies that support the World Series of No Prep and all you racers every chance you get.
Because the sponsors want to be able to be a part of this event, especially if you support that. That's the biggest thing. The biggest thing I tell people, you go out and there's a tillion of companies that go out there and support, but you see the people that's out there supporting the No Prep events, supporting the events that you're going and racing it. That's the people that
support the people that support the companies that support the races you enjoy going to.
Yep.
Big or small companies, they all are spending their money to make your racing experience better. So, show them that you appreciate that by buying their products if you can. What about the ladies class?
Forgot about the ladies class. Crap.
They will whoop your ass, let me tell you. They'll all be in your DMs after. Listen, this one's on Chris, ladies. Y'all get in his DMs. Don't be badgering me.
Hey, after first round of Uncaged, I was about ready to send them all packing.
That happens every time. And then, we're best friends now. It just happens. I get it. I never even get upset anymore. It always happens that way. It's unfortunate, but then at the greater good, there's always something great that comes out in the end. So, he and I made up and we've been talking, and I hope that they come to some more of the ladies events and have fun.
Yep. Yeah, that's just an evolving class. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just going to get more ladies involved, and just continue to grow it. That's the biggest thing. The girls are sitting on the sideline. They're going to be like, "Hey, I want to go do that,"
and have fun.
And that's how you grow it.
So I'm sure there'll be some more ladies there, Mick.
Hopefully.
So, all right, buddy. Well,
okay. Go back inside and try to fix my internet.
Go fix your internet. Go ship off your glitter, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother. See you Saturday.
Thanks. See ya. So that's it, man. Mike killed it. 70 cars. His crew, they did a great job. I'm just really happy and proud. Happy for him and proud of the job they did, man. They represented the World Series phenomenally, and definitely happy that they were part of it. They kicked ass. You're the biggest troublemaker every time. Every time, you're the biggest troublemaker. Mick's like the easiest person to get along with. Always smiling and so happy. She just loves racing. I love that. Yeah, amazing turnout. They did an amazing job getting the cars turned around. Just everything worked out awesomely, man. And I hope that their program continues to grow, because we need that in our region. I like the direction the whole region is going. Seems like every World Series event is adding value to these events, and I appreciate you guys having faith in that series and following along. and I think it's finally, like I said, it's finally starting to pay off. Ohio really showed up at PYOP. That's awesome. That's awesome because now we need Michigan to come down, and we gotta get I don't know what's going on, man. Pennsylvania and New York, where you guys at coming to Ohio? Kentucky, I kind of give up. We can't get Kentucky to come north of KD or Edgewater. I don't even know why. I know they ain't scared or nothing, but dang gun, it's just like another 2 hours. You'd be all right to come Central Ohio. No, I addressed that from my point of view privately, and I'll just leave it at that. I wasn't, we'll just chalk it up to the learning curve. That's all. I hope some of the Dayton guys are coming to Magnolia. That'd be awesome. I can't recall if any of them have been there before or not. So that'd be awesome. Hopefully we see a lot of the Ohio guys there. Get out there and support the event. Get some of these World Series points. Get some of that money at the end. And we got some really cool trophies for the World Series too. So now that my schedule's freed up, I'm getting ready to get these all sanded and custom painted and assembled for start showing them off. So this is the semifinals. This is it. You got this Saturday to get points, and the finals is where we're going to pay out all the money and give out the trophies at War in the Woods, September 22nd, 23rd. So get your butts in gear and Waffles, quit it. This damn cat. But listen, we're going to have a great time this weekend either way. I appreciate all of you, and hopefully I'll see you Saturday.